Hi everyone, I hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm Kim with Kim's Wood Decor. I'm going to try to get through 3 more of these interchangeable signs for the interchangeable sign frame that just come out and then pop in. We've done quite a few already, but I'm going to try to get through 3 today. I'm going to do the fresh coffee. I'm going to try to do the farmhouse. I will do those 2. Hey Jody, how are you? So we're going to do the farmhouse today. We're going to do the fresh coffee. And depending on how much time we have left, we are going to do the welcome as well. So we'll put the welcome off to the side. We're going to get started on the fresh coffee. Fresh and the beans, I'm going to do the same color. On my tape, I'm going to put the word coffee. I'm going to do those in white. How are you today, Jody? My little cup I'm going to do in white. Let me push y'all down. You don't need to see me. My cup we're going to do in white. Now the 2 little swirlies, we're going to do those in our toasted marshmallow. So we're going to put those here in toasted marshmallow, here and here. And then the fresh and the coffee beans we are going to do in raw sienna. So I'm going to put that there. The fresh and the coffee beans. Put a little bit of tape on the back of my sign so it doesn't move. And I decided I'm going to do the back of my sign in apple barrel milk chocolate. Melted chocolate, I'm sorry. So let me get that off here. Get my little sponges out. And then I'm going to this going here. So melted chocolate for the back of the sign. Hey Jean, how are you? We're going to try to get through 2 of these signs today. We've done quite a few so far, but we're going to try to get through 2 of them, or 3 of them today. We'll definitely get through 2, and we'll see how much time we have left for the 3rd. So do y'all have big weekends for this weekend for Mother's Day? The wipes I like to use, and they don't seem to get a lot of fuzzies on them for myself, is the Parents' Choice from Walmart. I really like those. Huggies and Pampers, one seems too wet, and the other one, I get fuzz all over the place. But I do like those Parents' Choice ones. And it really doesn't matter if you get in the scoring here, because that's just for placement, actually, today. So it's nothing really, except these 2 on the 2 lines on the very bottom. You don't really have to worry about it. And I know that's a little dark, but we're going to offset it with the white and the toasted marshmallow. Hey, Stacy, I saw your raspberry Boston cream thing you just commented. Ugh, I don't know about that one. Sounds pretty gross. Mine was pretty bad too. I haven't really seen, I think maybe there's 2 combinations that actually looked pretty decent, but yeah, overall, I'm not seeing anything I like. There's raspberry cheesecake, Boston cream or something. Is that what came over? So this is the melted chocolate from Apple Barrel. Then for my little swirls, I'm doing toasted coconut from Apple Barrel. So I don't have any big plans this weekend for Mother's Day weekend. I told my husband we're just gonna lay low. My mom's in New York, so I won't be going there. My kids are all in New York, so hopefully they'll all have a great Mother's Day. Now the coffee and the cup we are gonna do in white. I like the Deco Art Americana Snow Titanium White. And we will need 2 coats of the white. My dog thought I was leaving today. It was funny. Every day I take my shower, I blow dry my hair, I go to the post office usually. Well, she gets all confused on the days that I take my shower, blow dry my hair. She thinks we're leaving, and we're not. She started sighing and laying by the door and the carpet, and she got all upset. Well, I thought we were going, Mama. Not today. I will go to the post office, but not until after my lives today. So we've got the white. And then the fresh and the coffee beans, we are going to use raw sienna. I decided. Which one do I want? Raw sienna or moccasin brown? Let me see. Yeah, raw sienna. I'm going to go with the raw sienna. And there's a couple different brands. I have Ceramicoat because I ended up getting it on sale for 29 cents. Doesn't really matter. Most colors are the same. I do see them changing a little bit if you go from a matte to a satin or a matte to a gloss, or that the one that you can do that covers everything for outdoor, you know, all multi-purpose use. That's how they label it, multi-purpose use. Then I do see a little bit of color change, but even amongst the same colors from the same company. So I do like to stay with my mattes. I like my matte. And then I do spray my finished product with matte Mod Podge, just to protect it. It's not going outside. I just protect it from dust in the house, that's all. That. I'm going to do a second coat on my melted chocolate. I wanted it darker, but I didn't want to go real dark, like burnt umber. So I like the way this melted chocolate looks. And again, the only score lines that you have to worry about are the 2 little lines on the bottom here. Other than that, they're all just kind of scored for placement. That looks good. We'll give a second coat on the toasted marshmallow for my swirls. And then the white for the coffee. And then again, the raw sienna for the fresh and the coffee beans. So I have a contrasting, a little bit lighter brown. Alrighty, we're gonna let that dry. Now the other one we're doing today is the farmhouse as well. I'm going to, seeing as how I have my paints out, try to use the same paints. I'm going to do the background sign in this raw sienna. I like that color for the wood look. So while that's drying, I'm going to do this one. And then I don't waste my paints either, because I always pour out too much, always. Yeah, you can still see. We're over halfway done with all these guys. Let me know if you want me to start moving on to a different interchangeable product other than item other than the frame. I was just going to keep going and try to finish all these up. If there's one in particular that you want, that you got, that I haven't done yet, let me know. And while I'm doing the interchangeables, the sale is still on. Buy 2, get 1 free of the frames. Or buy 3, get your first frame free. After that, you can buy 3 and get subsequent frames at half off. And again, you would just private message me for the ones that you're wanting, and then I do PayPal. It's easier that way, and it's cheaper for you. And while I'm doing these, I do not have all of them listed on my Etsy yet, so you kind of get first choice and sneak peeks of everything. I think next week we might do the baseball and the football. And then if we have time for another one, there's a birthday one. And then the farmhouse and the rooster, I am going to do in white, like my coffee. Let's put this down here. So the farmhouse and my rooster will be in white. And I love using these makeup sponges. There's such a variety of paints with the acrylic paints, but if you are going to use the markers, I do suggest you use acrylic markers, not water-based markers. They do tend to run, and the only reason I can think of on why that happens is because, like, when you do water-based painting, You also have, hey Jamie, how are you? You also have a water-based blender, so it stays a little wetter, and it does, you can blend it, going from lighter to, or darker to lighter, and that makes it run. Where the acrylic paints dry and they set. So if you are going to use the markers, try to make sure they are an acrylic marker and not a water-based, for my personal opinion. If y'all have water-based and you use them, by all means. But that's what I find for myself. Now I am going to dry brush this sign just a little bit to get a little texture on it with some toasted marshmallow. And this is just a short bristled brush that I use that's all spread out. And I do not wash my dry brushes out. You're like dry brushing stuff, so there's really no paint on there, but you can if you want to. I do have designated chip brushes for different colors because they're so cheap. But so just to give it a little bit of a wood look, I am going over it with the toasted marshmallow. And if you do find where you get a little too much on, like I did right here, right away you can wipe it off with your baby wipe. So it's very easy to fix. Let me dry this. Or you can take a chip brush. I take it and I bunch it up and I do it that way. And like I said, I do have different ones for different colors. So. I did it again, y'all. I had too much on. See? Busy talking. And there's no fuzzies on there from this baby wipe. I really like this Parents' Choice baby wipes. I'll try this a second time. Let that dry, and we will do a second coat on our farmhouse for the white. And the rooster. And then the raw sienna for our farmhouse back. I'm going to take the chip brush this time and do it with the chip brush instead. Here we go, much better. And that's just the chip brush all bunched up. And now, seeing as how that is brown, I'm going to do my edges in brown. I'm gonna try a marker here, y'all. I ended up, these alcohol markers are on clearance at Hobby Lobby for $1.77. Oh, they work great. These are Master's Touch, and they're on sale right now at Hobby Lobby for $1.77 each. They're regularly $5 something. They work really well. And it doesn't matter what you use on the edges, honestly. You can use a furniture marker, Sharpie marker, anything. This is actually alcohol ink, which I'm surprised it's covering really well, but it is. It's covering great. And again, I do come in from the back side and do my edges so that I don't ruin the piece I just painted. I'll show you another one. And even if you use markers, I still do clean up my edges, only because the wood's usually a different color from cutting it, or you have cut marks or score marks, or the wood in itself is a different color. So I just like to have it all the same. You can see the edge here. See how that it is? And it is a little bit of a different color. And look at how that just, and it just kind of finishes it off and makes it look real nice and pretty. Hey Alyssa, how are you? It's Tuesday sign day, mini sign day. Are you in between cases? Hey Cece, how are you? We're doing our mini signs today. We're doing at least 2, seeing how long it takes us to finish these, and then possibly a third. Tuesday is our interchangeable project day. And again, the sale is still going on all the signs while I'm still painting them. So here's the cover right in front of me. So let's glue this coffee on. with the O, well, you want to be careful. The little swirly part does go on the bottom. And we have our little cup. And then we have our fresh. We're going to finish off this end, the edges. It takes just but a second, but really makes a difference, y'all. And now with our swirls, I do want to, I have this, the finger daubers here. Hey Sam, how are you? I have the finger daubers here, and I do want to do the edges with that milk chocolate a little bit. Or you can use a baby wipe, or you can use a brush. But it's really easy with these finger daubers. And I'm only doing the one side. See here? And then the same thing with the other. Right there. And then you can either wash these out, you can leave them, keep using them after. So we've got this one, which will go here. Now we have these two little coffee beans. And I'm also going to take my finger dauber with the milk chocolate and just go along the edges of this a little bit to make the coffee bean just a tad darker on the edges. And that was the same as the background. And if you do have regular coffee beans, the Cavachins, and you didn't want to use the wooden ones, you could put these on as well. But I'm going to use the wooden ones and keep it all wood. Let me make sure I have it the right way here. There's a spot on this white. I don't know where it came from. And then I do want to enhance where the coffee's coming up a little bit. So I'm just going to do a little bit of black around the coffee right there. The opening for the coffee steam. So here is our fresh coffee. And you can do the edges on this, you don't have to. I don't usually finish the back or my edges if it's for me, because nobody's gonna see it. Because here's the back of your, and then here is the front with the fresh coffee. And then you can put an interchangeable bow up here or down here. You could put some coffee beans on here if you wanted to embellish it, or even on your bow. But there's our fresh coffee. And then let's finish our farmhouse. I do need a little bit more of the raw sienna on here. Let me close my super glue. In one spot here. And I don't need much, so I'm going to go in my cap. One spot, I must have missed it. There. And then I'm going to go with my milk chocolate that is darker, just to go back and forth like I did on the coffee sign, just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I just take my chip brush and I bunch it up. And get as much as I can off on my paper. And you can do raw sienna on top of that if you'd like it a little bit darker. That works. I have it out, so I'm going to use that. Because, you know, wood always, it's not one solid color. It has a little bit of different colors in wood, so. And I think I am going to throw a little bit of raw sienna on there, which is a little bit darker. And then I'll have the two different colors on there as well. Alrighty. And then we will clean up our farmhouse words, and I'm going to do it in brown again because my background is brown. And then we're going to clean up the little rooster. Hey Barbara, welcome. How are you? We're doing a couple more of the signs for the interchangeable frame. We already finished up the fresh coffee, and now we're finishing up the farmhouse. And again, these are on sale at Hobby Lobby for $1.77. So now the farmhouse, we're just going to glue on. And then our little rooster. And you can point him either way, whether you like him pointed left or pointed right. And then you're just going to want to make sure that the middle of him, where it comes down, his curved part, is lined up with that top one, so it looks centered. I'm going to do a few dots and dashes on my fresh for my fresh coffee. So there we have the fresh for the fresh coffee, and you could leave it if you wanted to. You didn't have to do that. And then we have our farmhouse. And then let's put the farmhouse in here so we can see it. And there we go. I liked the wooden background, but you could also do black and white if you wanted to do that. So there's our farmhouse. And then I will show you the fresh coffee. And we have fresh coffee. And then real quick, I will do the welcome. Three leaves, the welcome, and the sign. The sign I'm going to do in the toasted marshmallow, like the other back of the signs like I do. The toasted marshmallow. And these score marks, I do not want any paint in. So if you get any in there, just go over it with a scoring or a pointy tool and it will come right out. Lines in the background. If it covers the leaves or the E or the W, that's just a placement guide. But I don't want them in the score marks for the wood itself. The welcome, I already have the melted chocolate out. I'm going to do melted chocolate on the welcome. Burnt umber is just a little bit darker, but the melted chocolate looks like a good wood color as well. But seeing as how I have the paint out, we're gonna use it. And then the green for the leaves, I'm going to use Grass Green by Craft Smart. This one's really quick, guys. We'll let that first coat dry, and then we'll go in and do a second coat on this toasted marshmallow. the side after the second coat. We'll do a second coat on the welcome. And that melted chocolate is by Apple Barrel. And then our green is our grass green by Craft Smart. Let me dry this. For my shiplap look, where the lines, the scored lines are, I like to enhance that. You see me? I cannot see comments. They just started coming in right now, guys. When I just swiped and came back, they just came back. I was wondering what was going on. Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, Cece. I can just see them now. So if you guys said anything, I'm sorry. I can see them now, though. Do you like the fresh coffee, Stacy? Alrighty. So I'm just gonna put it in the lid here. I do the coffee latte from Folk Art in the score marks when I do the shiplap for dimension. I was wondering, I thought y'all were just kind of put me on and walked in the living room or something, you know? And I just do these over that score mark just to enhance it a little bit for the shiplap. And then don't forget this teeny tiny one up top, because I almost did. That most of that leaf covers it, but just a little bit sticks out there. Then it makes it look more like the shiplap there. And again, the shiplap marks I do in the coffee latte. We're gonna clean up our welcome edges with the brown. Then we're gonna put super glue this guy on here. If Facebook is acting up. I can see when somebody comes on to watch, but I can't see comments. It's really weird today, guys. They popped on for a few and then that was it. So I apologize if y'all are talking. There's the welcome. And then we have the leaves. The big one is on the top. Whoops, wrong side. And then we have the two small ones. And then we have the little ones on each side. And then we have our welcome. You can leave it like that, or you can do your dots and dashes, which you know I do. I love me some dots and dashes, y'all. And see how much better the leaves look with that. And then I will just put a few and it does help the letters stand out a little. And then there's no rhyme or reason on what I do. I just kind of go with the flow. And then we have our welcome with our leaves and our dots and dashes. And you can leave those off if you want to, really. It's just a matter of preference. And then we have, so we're all finished here. I'll put this in the frame for y'all. So there's our welcome. And again, you could put a bow on there if you wanted to. We have our farmhouse. And then we have our fresh coffee. Our fresh coffee. Hey Sandy, how are you? We're just finishing up. We did our 3 signs today. Thank you for joining me. Next Tuesday for the interchangeable sign, I think we're going to do the football, baseball, and if we have enough time, the happy birthday. We're doing pretty good with these guys. The sale is still going on. Buy 2, get 1 free of the signs, or buy 3 signs, get the frame for free, and then any sign after the first one, buy 3, get 1 half off. So if you want any of those and you need some, reach out to me. And other than that, if there's something in particular you want me to do, just let me know and I will make sure I get it done for you. I'll put you up here. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you all next Tuesday for the signs. Tomorrow for the live sale on Live Sales and Crafting Down South, and then Thursday in the wood group for something different other than the signs, and then Thursday in Kim's Gifts and Decor. Thank you for joining me. For those of you that won't be on again, I hope you have a happy Mother's Day and stay safe. Bye, y'all. Thank you.